Hi, welcome to Language 10. For today's lesson, we will learn how to order wine. Okay, so let's start our lesson. First, we go with listening. In this part, we will listen to a conversation between a waitress and a guest. So try to listen and fill in the blank with the word that you hear. You can listen twice, okay? So the first time of listening.
Unit 12, Champagne.
Conversation.
Good evening, sir. Would you like to order some wine with your meal?
Yes, what would you recommend?
How about a bottle of champagne for you and the lady?
Very well, we'll take a bottle of champagne.
Would you care for Taittinger or Laurent Perrier?
Is the Taittinger extra dry?
Yes, it is. And it is very pleasant with red meat.
Good. We'll take a bottle of Taittinger.
Certainly, sir. A bottle of Taittinger? Just a minute, please.
Let's try the second time.
Unit 12, Champagne.
Conversation.
Good evening, sir. Would you like to order some wine with your meal?
Yes, what would you recommend?
How about a bottle of champagne for you and the lady?
Very well, we'll take a bottle of champagne.
Would you care for Taittinger or Laurent Perrier?
Is the Taittinger extra dry?
Yes, it is. And it is very pleasant with red meat.
Good. We'll take a bottle of Taittinger.
Certainly, sir. A bottle of Taittinger? Just a minute, please.
Okay, so have you got the answers? We will check it. In 3, 2, and 1. Here it is. So we have 6 words to fill in the blank of the conversations. Number 1, you need meal. Would you like to order some wine with your meal? The second word we have recommend. What would you recommend? What would you recommend? The third one, bottle. This is a noun. How about a bottle of champagne for you and the lady? When we hear the speaker say, we will hear it sound like a bottle of champagne. So they connect the ending sound L with the first vowel sound of, bottle of. The fourth word you need to fill in is care. Would you care for Taittinger or Laurent Perrier? Care for. The fifth one is dry. So dry here, we usually know it as an adjective. It is the opposite of wet. But when you describe a wine, when you describe wine as dry, we mean it is sweet. So is wine dry? Is wine sweet? Okay. And the last one you need to fill in is red meat. So that's all for the listening. We will try to go in details to see what we can learn from the expressions of the conversations. There are 3 key expressions you can learn from these conversations. Number 1, what would you recommend? The second, would you care for something or something? And the third one, would you prefer something or something? First, expressions. What would you recommend? This sentence is usually said by the guest when they want to ask for recommendation or suggestion from the waiter or waitress about the food or drinks in the menu. So when you hear the guest say, "What would you recommend?" you should be ready to give some recommendations, advice, or suggestions. Okay. The second expression, would you care for something or something? This sentence usually said by the waiter or waitress when you want to suggest or you want to recommend some kind of food or drink to the guest. For example, would you care for Tiger or Heineken? The third expression, would you prefer something or something? The same like would you care for, would you prefer, or would you like? You give suggestions or recommendation. Would you prefer tea or coffee? Yes. So those are the 3 expressions you can learn from the conversations. Now, some words that you should pay attention. Number 1 is champagne. It's a kind of drink, very popular. So by definition, champagne is sparkling wine from the region of Champagne in France and is produced from Pinot Noir and Chardonnay grapes. Yes. Champagne and sparkling wines are popular. They are often served for special occasions such as birthdays and wedding anniversaries. So here's a picture of champagne. In order to contain champagne or in order to drink champagne, they will use certain type of glass to pour the champagne in. And we have 2 types here. Number 1, this picture is champagne flute. Champagne flute is a type of glass. And the second type is champagne coupe. Champagne coupe. Usually people will use 2 types of glass to pour in the champagne. All right, that's good enough. So let's review what we have learned today. What would you recommend? Usually the guest will ask you this question when they want to ask for your recommendation. Second one, would you care for? You can ask the guest, would you care for something or something to give them some suggestion. Another expression, would you prefer? Would you prefer tea or coffee? Would you like? Yeah. Champagne, yes, it's a kind of drink. Champagne flute is a type of glass we use to pour the champagne in. And the last one, champagne coupe, another type of glass. Okay, so that's all for today's lesson. Hopefully you have learned certain kind of expressions and some new words. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next lesson.